So now you've decided you definitely want to get an e-bike. You've already seen some videos on how to pay for them and whatnot, but where should you get one? Should you buy one online or should you go to a storefront and buy one? Well, stick around because that's what we're going to talk about today. Well, hello again, Internet. Welcome back to the channel. We are out here in Raleigh, North Carolina. And I tell you, we talk about getting e-bikes. We're going to make a loop around Raleigh, North Carolina. It's about a 30-mile loop, and it's going to be on strictly greenways, with the exception of some of them might be closed. So, we could highly recommend going out and getting e-bikes. But where are you going to get one at? Well, I am here with the lovely and talented, beautiful love of my life, Michelle, aka Mrs. Southern E-Biking. Say hello, darling.
Greetings all.
And that's what we're going to talk about today is, should you buy one online? Should you buy one at a store? We've done both. So what do you think there, Michelle?
Oh, we've got some stories to tell. At least I have got some stories to tell. My pandemic purchase of an e-bike, which turned into a holy disaster.
All right, so which one do you want to talk about first?
I think we can probably tackle buying from a store first, and then I can kind of lead that into my story.
Oh, okay. All right, so buying from a store. What would be the pros of buying from a store, Michelle? Why would you want to do that?
I know. Well, for me, let's face it, newbie, when I bought mine, major newbie, didn't know a whole lot about them, so I thought, well, I'll buy from a brand that I know, that is from a store that was close to me.
So you'd have some support. Okay.
I'd have some support.
Okay, so
yeah.
you got some support when you buy from a storefront, a brick and mortar store.
Yes.
All right. What other kind of advantages can you have purchasing from a store?
You walk in and you can actually talk to somebody, hoping to gosh that they know more than you do, which sometimes they don't. As we know, don't we?
Okay, so you get to talk face to face. It's difficult for somebody if something were to happen. It's very, very difficult. I'm going to just throw this in here. I had some dealings with some online stuff recently, and I'll just put this in here. I think you should cooperate with anybody that you have a disagreement with, but you should also stand your ground as well.
Have a backbone.
Do what?
Have a backbone.
Yeah. I think anybody that's watched more than one or two videos on our channel kind of knows we don't get pushed around too much, but you don't want to be pushy either. But what I was getting to right there, though, is the dealings that I had was via email and telephone, and it's very, very rare to go and talk to somebody face to face and get them not wanting to cooperate with you. I've said for a long time.
Tell people.
I've said for a long time, the internet can really make people think they're something that they're not, or at least they act like something that they're not.
Keyboard commandos.
Yeah. And so that's a big plus that you can get. If you have any problem, you can go in and you can talk to them face to face, and it's going to try and keep things a little bit more civil when you're standing eye to eye.
What's the next one, hon?
The next pro to buying online.
No, from a store, dear.
From a store. Well, it's got to be that a lot of times you'll get to try it out. You'll get to try it out. How you doing today? And that's a major, major plus, especially if you're a new rider. Especially if you're a new rider, to get to try them out. That's a great way of going. We up there at Exalted E-Bikes, which is a great storefront.
Yep, highly recommend him. Anybody?
Yeah, we would.
Exalted E-Bikes in High Point, North Carolina.
Yeah, definitely would highly recommend him. But when we was up there, I think we talked about 4 people, 2 couples, into buying, you know, but they all got to go out and go on a test ride. We all got to go out and go on a test ride. And they bought their bikes up there because of that. Big, big, big plus. Big plus. All right. So what we boil down to? We got
the support.
The support.
You know, just being able to support local.
Yep.
And then buy it before, or try it before you buy it.
Yeah.
You know. I mean, you just can't beat that kind of stuff.
Yeah. All right. So let's talk about online, the pros of online, and then we'll get into some specifics. So what's a pro of buying online, Michelle?
I mean, the world is your smorgasbord.
Yeah.
I mean, every e-bike that's out there is at your fingertips. I mean, you know, and let's face it, you know, brick and mortar stores cannot afford and don't have the room to carry one of everything.
Yeah, the selection. Because
e-bikes
you can just about get exactly what you want.
Well, and e-bikes aren't something that you can put on a little tiny shelf and let them sit there. They take up a lot of room.
Yeah. So you got selection is a big plus.
Yeah.
For buying online. What other?
Price,
yeah.
I mean,
you're going to get generally speaking, you can get more bike for the money.
And often if you buy from the dealer themselves, you're going to have little specials going on. And
two of us going to come by on your left. How y'all doing today? Two of us on your left. Have a great day.
On your left, sir. So, but yeah, price. I mean,
yeah,
you can get anything in any price range you want. Well, maybe not for $1, but I've seen them online for $600, brand new e-bike.
Yeah.
I can't guarantee the quality of it, but you know, so that, you know, there's that. And I think we had one other point. What was that?
Yes. You get to stay at home. And you know what? There was a tremendous amount. And I'm going to just toss this in here. There was a lot of people got into e-biking over COVID. And I think that is one of the reasons that the online e-bike sales has skyrocketed around the COVID time, is because people did not have to go out anywhere.
And they didn't want to.
Yeah.
People were nervous.
Yeah, they were nervous. They didn't want to be, you know, whether it was didn't want to wear a mask or didn't want to take a chance of getting sick, whatever it was.
It was their
reason. People did not want to go out. They wanted to get outside, so they wanted to get a bicycle or an e-bike, I should say.
Yeah.
But they didn't want to go and buy one. So that was a big plus for it. All right, so let's talk about some of the...
No, now let me tell my story.
Oh, well, that's what I was just going to say. Let's go ahead and talk a little bit about some experiences of doing it both ways. So you go ahead, Michelle, your very first e-bike that you bought.
Between Blaine and I was the first one who bought an e-bike because I was hiking, but I was looking for something else because I was bored out of my brain. And I was too nervous to buy just something offline with no support, but I bought it from, and I will give Dick's Sporting Goods store props for the way they treated me.
Yeah, and let's clarify something here.
What, honey?
You went to a brick and mortar store and bought that, but it was purchased offline because you could not ride it, you could not see it. They bought it. I bought it. You purchased it through them.
I purchased it through their website.
Yes, but you did it at their store.
No, I purchased it. Or yeah, that's correct.
Yeah.
Anyway, I purchased it, and the crazy thing is I didn't understand. They were not allowed to ship it to the store. They had to ship it to me, and then I had to take it to them to get it put together. And so we got the first one, and it was damaged. And so I had to send that one back, and then they sent me another one. And that one, I believe, was also damaged.
It was also damaged.
And it was like you know, it was ridiculous. And I mean, they were being just as nice as they could. I can't complain about it. But so then they sent me a third one. And I think, if I remember correctly, I had to take it down to them.
Yeah.
And get it put together, which was again a fiasco. Because
wow, what a strong wind today.
Yep, we did not have a bike rack or anything, so I had to load that thing in my car and stuff, and the box was huge. And I get it down there, and there was, wasn't there a problem with that too?
I think it was just some dents in it, some scratches and stuff on it. And
I mean, their online customer service was involved with this. I mean, look, when you're paying $1,000 and some dollars, I mean, I know that's not big bucks or anything, but when you're paying that kind of money, you don't want dents and scratches on your brand new bike.
Yeah.
And so, you know, they were like, the customer service got involved, the store manager got involved. And honestly, what finally boiled down to it, you guys will not believe it, they gave the bike to me.
Yeah, I think that was, I'll give props to Dix on that. I honestly, they agreed they was going to give you a little bit of money back, and I think they gave you all your money back by accident, because we actually, they did not tell us they was going to return your money.
Yeah.
They said they was going to give us like $100 off on it. And when we looked at the statement later, it took the entire cost off of it. And we called them to let them know, hey, this is not what we agreed on. You know, we're not expecting to get this thing for nothing. And the manager said, well, don't worry about it. We returned all your money because we know you had a not good experience. And on top of that, they actually gave us a $150 gift certificate to Dick's as well.
Yeah.
Which I think you donated that to some kid that was down there.
Yeah.
A family or something like that.
So
I mean, you got to give it to Dick's. I think what very possibly happened there is they mistakenly returned all of it. They're not going to come back and say that.
To say, you don't know.
They may have just decided to go ahead and return all of it. So, I don't really know.
But the point of it is that, you know, I had somebody face to face with me. Yeah. And I mean, I did order the bike online technically, but I had somewhere that I could go down to and say, hey, look. So,
and that gave you, the fact that you were buying that through a store though, gave you a lot more credibility when there was some damage.
Yes.
And so, you know, there were some definite pros to doing it that way. Even though it was online, it was through the store.
So, but anyway.
Play a little polo.
Yeah, you just got that all over your shoe.
Did I?
Yep.
Well, I was playing polo.
Okay. So anyway, now, you know, you go to your experience with the recent bike tricks or big tricks or however you pronounce it.
No, let's talk about me buying one online.
That's
because I bought the Urus online.
No, you didn't.
Or, I mean, at a store.
Yeah.
I bought the Urus at a store. And yes, I did have to return that because the mileage that it was getting, the range that it was getting was just not sufficient.
Through no fault of
yeah, absolutely not. Absolutely not. And I returned it as a used bike. And that's what I call a stupid tax. You know, that's something I should have looked a little bit deeper into.
But you were treated.
But I didn't. But I gotta tell you, Todd was great to work with. I got to try that bike before I did, before I bought it. We met several people that we're now acquainted with that were really nice folks. And so, yes, even though that bike had to go back, it was an extremely good experience, and I would still go back to Exalted e-bikes and buy another bike without any problem.
That's two positive experiences that we've had with purchasing from brick and mortar.
Yeah, yeah. Now, how about online? What have we done there? First online purchase that we made. Do you remember what that was, Michelle?
Oh, yes. I won't name the brand.
Why?
Well, I mean, I guess you can if you want to.
Which one?
Hemingway.
No. Oh, yeah, you're right.
Yes, sir, we did.
You're right.
Yes, sir.
Yes. We bought a Hemingway Cruiser online, and It never shipped, never shipped, never shipped. They said it was already shipped, but it wasn't. I know how shipping works. They created a label, was exactly what they've done. And
they lied to us for days and days.
oh
and
yeah,
days.
yeah. No, and then it ended up a couple of weeks, and I finally just canceled the order. I just went through PayPal and canceled the order because I didn't think I'd ever get it.
Yeah, but you forget all the hassle we had to go through.
Yes,
with that, you know.
yeah.
And again, pay with PayPal.
Yeah, we had to go through a lot of hassle with that. That's another trail there, but we're coming up this way,
Okay.
Michelle. Yeah, there was quite a lot of hassle. We could drop out onto the road here if you wanted to.
I'm fine.
So that, I believe, is one of the places that they had to shut down. They had a closing on the Greenway. So
anyway,
we're circling Raleigh
on.
here.
Yep.
But yeah, we had to get our money back from that. And so what did we do next?
You purchased off of Amazon with
Yeah.
the Eco Trick.
Yeah, I purchased an Eco Trick Rocket on Amazon. That was actually a really nice bike. Was not as powerful as I would like to see them. I'm going to drop out onto the road here, Michelle.
All right, I'll join you. Well, here comes a car.
Well, yeah, but it's a bike lane.
Oh, okay.
So, and it was shipped to us. Now, this was during the peak of COVID. That thing was shipped to us. We got it, what, a week later?
Yep.
Week
Again,
after
though, you
purchasing
had the
it.
power of Amazon behind you.
Yes, yes. And there was a couple of parts that were faulty on that. And I'm talking like,
But
I think
it got
was
taken care
the
of.
display mount. And I just went through Amazon and let them know, and they sent them to me immediately.
Yep.
No problem.
Nope.
So there was some protection there. So we had one really bad experience, and it tied up some money for a while, you know, however much that Hemingway was at that time. I think they were, I don't know, $1,800, $1,900, I forget. But it tied up our money for a while. And then the Eco Trick, it went really well. Which one?
And then, then we go forward.
You got your Rad.
Yep.
Next.
And Rad, there is no bad words to say anything about Rad at all.
No. I wish Rad had a bike that I would want to ride as my daily rider, because I would buy one from them in a heartbeat.
My one bike had a problem, and we bought these. I bought it offline. We were on the phone
We're
with
gonna make
them.
a right here, Michelle.
Okay. We were on the phone with them, and literally, they were like, "We're going to send you a new bike." We didn't have to hem and haw. I mean, it was just like, and they're like, they tried to figure out how they could get it to us overnight because we were going on a trip. So my hat tips to Rad Power Bikes. Their customer support was fabulous with us. Never
Again,
had a day.
that was speaking to them, not face to face, eye to eye, but on the phone, and they were extremely good.
Yep.
Extremely good. And then we've had other experiences. And that's a different video.
Yeah.
That's actually a video that's already been put out there. How you doing today? You know, of how to go ahead and take care of these things. You do have a car coming up behind you, Michelle.
So, but anyway, we've kind of think over talked a lot of this a little bit.
Yeah. So what's the bottom line, Michelle? Where should you buy one from? Online or brick and mortar?
You know, it is I'm going to say it's going to be a personal thing.
That's exactly right.
But you better be prepared. You better be prepared if something goes wrong online. You better have a backbone.
Yeah.
And don't have an attitude when you first call, because a lot of times they really do want to help you, but not all the time.
Yeah, you want to be cooperative, but not a pushover.
Yeah, exactly.
You want to be cooperative, but not a pushover.
But I think that's the same for going to the store too.
Well, there's a lot of truth
You know,
in that.
if you walk in there with an attitude, they're going to have an attitude with you right
Right,
back.
right.
So better to be, what's the old saying? It's easier to attract.
Good morning.
Attract something with honey than it is, you know, sour grapes. I can't remember exactly what the saying is.
So, yeah, I think it all depends on who you are. If you are kind of mechanical and you can put these things together, I think a great way to go is the online stuff. if that's not so much, well, that's a dead end, so there's not going to be anybody coming there. If you're not so much mechanical, why, maybe what you want to do is
storefront.
Get one, do what?
A storefront.
Yeah, go to a storefront and buy one. And there's also the same situation as with everything. You know, if you can support local, I think that's a great thing to do. I think that's a great thing to do. So if you have a neighborhood e-bike store, I would certainly try and give them a chance first and foremost. So yeah, that's our advice on that. Whoop, we needed to make a turn back there, Michelle.
Okay.
See, I don't have the voice on this thing. We need to go up on this next one here. We probably could have made it anywhere here.
Yeah. So, but anyway.
That would be my advice on that is, you know, if you're mechanically inclined, that's a great way to do it. But hey, support your local if you can. If they don't have what you want, there is a world out there, but you better be prepared to take on that world. We always tried to teach Caitlin, be prepared for the world. What do you think?
Yes.
So, and we'll give that advice out right here as well.
Yep.
So that's going to do it. Hey, put your thoughts in the comments below of what your experience was either way and what your thoughts are on it. We would love to hear it. And yeah, I think that's going to wrap it up. You got anything to add there, darling?
Nope, no I don't. I think we have milked that stone as much as we can.
All right, so if you like this, hit the thumbs up. Hey, you want to see some more of this? We would really appreciate it if you
like, share, and subscribe.
If you would subscribe, yeah.
Yell it out the car window. Yell it to the top of the roof.
Okay. All right, so
yell it from the buses in New York City.
Okay.
Like, share, and subscribe Southern E-Biking on YouTube.
All right. All right, so I think that's going to do it. So what are we telling them, Michelle?
Like, share, and subscribe all around the world.
All right. Stay safe.
God bless.
And
be careful not to get hit in the head by a limb right here on this crane.
Okay. All right, and how you doing? Keep the wheels rolling. Once again, we are out.